Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world. The Street 919fm.com.
News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 4 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. In the headlines, a 16-year-old girl steals a taxi driver's car. Unvaccinated UTT students complain that they are falling behind in their studies. PTSC bus drivers failed to show up for work in San Fernando for the second time this week, and internationally gunmen fire shots at Libya's prime minister's car ahead of a vote to replace him. And now the news in detail. A 16-year-old girl is in custody after she allegedly stole a vehicle belonging to a taxi driver. The incident allegedly took place at about 8 p.m. on Tuesday along the Eastern Main Road in the vicinity of the QEP Junction. The 63-year-old driver said he was standing outside his white Nissan Tida when the 16-year-old entered his car asking to be taken to North Street, St. Joseph. At the time, the car was on and no one else was in the vehicle. The teenager then allegedly jumped into the driver's seat and drove off. The driver raised an alarm and 2 other taxi drivers came to his assistance and followed the vehicle. The police were also notified and they were able to intercept the vehicle along the Maracas Royal Road. The teenager was taken into custody and is to be questioned. A group of unvaccinated students specializing in physical education at the University of Trinidad and Tobago are worried that they may be falling behind in their studies. They say some courses are being held at safe zone facilities, preventing them from attending. UTT has since acknowledged the students' concerns and is looking into the matter. San Fernando bus drivers failed to report for work for a second day today, crippling operations along several routes which leave from the San Fernando bus terminal. Chairman of the Public Transport Service Corporation, Edwin Gooding, said he had no information about protests but noted that many drivers did not turn out for work. During a protest earlier this week, drivers complained about poor health and safety conditions. Meanwhile, First Executive Vice President of the Transport and Industrial Workers Trade Union, Paul Smith, said workers were upset because of PTSC's failure in engaging in wage negotiations. Smith said the company gave a date for negotiation on February 1st, but when the union contacted the ministry, the union was told that nothing had been submitted by PTSC for the start of negotiations. Internationally, gunmen have attacked Libyan Prime Minister Abdul Hamid Dabiba's convoy in the capital Tripoli hours before the Eastern-based parliament is due to convene to elect a new prime minister. The attack took place early on Thursday as the interim leader was returning home. During the assassination attempt, one of the bullets penetrated the windscreen of the prime minister's car, but he and his driver escaped unhurt. The attack comes amid intense factional wrangling over the control of the government, with the prime minister pledging to fight efforts by his opponents to replace him. And that was the 4 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube. Recapping the headlines, a 16-year-old girl steals taxi driver's car. Unvaccinated UTT students complain that they are falling behind in their studies. PTSC bus drivers failed to show up for work in San Fernando for the second time this week, and internationally gunmen fire shots at Libya's prime minister's car ahead of a vote to replace him. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas. Miss Aisha Wells, the Queen of Talk, she's up next.
News from the Street. 919fm.com.